Welcome to another episode of the Rondo, presented by Modelo, the cerveza for football. Today we're going to find out who's going to be the next team to join the Big Six and what can we expect from them this season. Tom, who is your prediction to be a part of the Big Six?
Well, first of all, mate, that was an absolutely beautiful intro. That was just wonderful. I'm so hyped.
Thank you, man.
But you know who I've got? And this one's for the streets, Bournemouth.
AFC Bournemouth.
Yeah, well, say it with me. 1, 2, 3.
AFC Bournemouth.
Thank you.
Okay, tell us
right.
why.
Okay, so here's my logic, right? In order to build a football club sustainably, right, the players kind of matter. Like, they matter very much, but it's about manager, it's about coaching, it's about infrastructure. Yeah. Andoni Iraola, their coach, is a top 3 manager in the Premier League.
You're high on him.
Yeah, love him. Well, I mean, it's jokes because he's going to leave for City in 2 years. But, like, the way he has consistently built that team and continue to sort of kick on despite there being, or they're losing players. Like, they lose Huijsen, they lose Kerkez, they lose, well, they're going to use...
The other center back, Zabarni from
yeah,
PSG.
they're going to lose, they lost Utara. Yeah, they're going to lose Semenyo. Like, they're going to lose a lot of their best players. At one point, do you remember last year, they had 13
first-team players
available.
Roster. Yeah,
and they were still winning games, and they beat you,
I
which
know,
was funny.
I know, man. I don't even want to think of that.
But like, it seems like, you know, we have Forest breaking, we have Villa, we have Newcastle, we have all of those lads. But PSR has really screwed all of them. Yeah. So they can't continue to build. Bournemouth can buy low, sell high, and they have a great coach to keep them going.
Who do you think on AFC Bournemouth would be good enough to start on a top 6 club?
Well, their whole lineup, and they just replace all the Manchester United.
Yeah, seriously,
yeah,
honestly.
That's the way it would work. But genuinely, have to be Antoine Semenyo, wouldn't it? Because I don't know how he didn't go this summer. But you know, when you think about like the transfer market, right, and who goes here, there, and everywhere, it's like everyone's got their top targets. It's like your Isak, your Sesko, your Gyökeres, like everything. Semenyo was just outside that, and so far this season he's probably played
better than all
of them. So look, he's a baller, and it's unfortunate that he's going to go, but knowing what Bournemouth have done, they'll reinvest it well.
I will, for sure. And honestly, I think also Justin Kluivert and Tyler Adams would be good to start for his top 6 club, in my opinion. Like,
you know what? I was going to let you have your American agenda, so please cook with Tyler Adams.
Listen, man, it's very hard to find a defensive number 6 who could progress the ball decently well, and I think Tyler Adams, for a club like Manchester United, is looking like for a 6 now. Tyler Adams, I feel like, would start at Manchester United. And you have to consider, before Chelsea got Romeo Lavia, who was their signing?
Yeah, they wanted him. And that was, the funny thing is that last year, when Liverpool were in for Zubimendi, and Zubimendi ended up saying no, which was super awkward. Yeah, super awkward. There was some talk that like Tyler Adams was next on their list, and I was like, yeah, are you kidding me? That's perfect. That's a perfect fit. Look, my semi-hot take is that Tyler Adams is more important to the USA than Christian Pulisic.
I could see why people would think that. I would see why people would think that. I mean, if you're thinking about the world's game and what you need in the midfield at this international stage, you need someone to hold it down, bro. And Tyler Adams does do that. In the last international window, we saw the USMNT do without Tyler Adams. So, I mean, listen, man, I'm not saying Tyler Adams isn't important to the USMNT roster, but I also feel like the depth that they have is a little bit deeper than we've seen in recent years.
Yes, and this is now a USMNT podcast.
Right from Bournemouth. Come on now. But yeah.
All right, so who have you got? Because I've got hips to take, and you're going to be like, Newcastle.
Listen, man, I got to go with my London boys, Crystal Palace, bro.
Whoa!
Crystal Palace deserves to be a top 6 side, and I'll tell you why.
Cook.
One, they have the background of having players that streets will never forget. Come on, Wilfred Zaha, Yannick Bolasie, Christian Benteke. Not to mention, they won an FA Cup last year in a season where you would arguably say these are some of the strongest teams that we've seen in the Premier League so far. See guys like Chris Richards, Sarr doing his thing now, Mateta. All these guys could really play for top 6 clubs, but they choose to stay at Crystal Palace. Even Mark Gahey could have went to Liverpool, but last minute he decided to stay. And look, Crystal Palace is top 6 in the league right now as we speak. One of the best teams in the Premier League. Can't complain, man. I would arguably say that. They're stable, they're winning trophies. I can't even lie to you, man. They've won more trophies than Arsenal in the last couple of years, which is crazy to say. So Crystal Palace, man, they doing their thing, bro. What you think?
You know, it's funny. I was about to make the Arsenal joke, but you just shot yourself in your own foot.
I had to put it out the way before you even said it, bro. I had to get it out the way.
Roasted. Well, look, they won 18, or they went undefeated for 18 straight games at one point.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely mad. I think they're a great team. My one worry with Crystal Palace is that there are two really highly sought-after managers in the Premier League, Andoni Iraola and Oliver Glasner. Ollie Glasner is an excellent, excellent manager. He showed it at Frankfurt. He had a rough start at Palace, and now he's really doing his thing. So I think they might lose the manager. The other thing with them is that, like, where's the next big player?
Yeah.
Right? Because it's like they're going to lose Mark Guehi this summer to Liverpool on a free, probably, if not in January. They're probably, like, they've lost Eze, they've lost Elise, they've lost... So, like, I mean, Mateta, I suppose, but, like, they need another guy to come in, and then I'll agree with you.
Okay.
But, like, that's the point. It's about club building. It's about the right management. It's about having the right people in the right places. And, look, they've shown so far that they can do it. And I tell you what, if only to shit on Manchester United, that's how you run a back three, baby.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Crystal Palace have been running with a back three. They look very, very successful. You could arguably say out of the top 6 Premier League sides, the 2 teams that we've chosen are better than Manchester United at the moment. I mean, we're saying like top 6 sides. Or when you say top 6, you're looking at Tottenham, Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester United, Manchester City, Spurs, like Arsenal. Out of those clubs, who's the most likely to be outside of that? Gotta say Manchester United.
All right, let me ask you this then, right? We are recording on October 15th, 2020. Is it the 15th? It's the 15th. Yeah. October 15th, 2025. Name your top 6 for the end of the Premier League season right now.
My top 6 end of the season. Okay, I got Arsenal, number 1. Arsenal, number 1. Liverpool, number 2. Manchester City, number 3. Number 4, I have Tottenham Hotspur. Number 5, I have Crystal Palace. And number 6, I have Chelsea.
That's not that hot. I'm going to go City, Liverpool, Arsenal in that order. 4th is tough. I think 4th might be Chelsea, but then I think it goes Bournemouth and then Spurs.
That could be really interesting. I just know a team is going to pop up in that top 6 that we don't expect.
And that's the fun of football.
Of course. And now we talked about the clubs. Let's talk about the players. Who is the best player to not play for a top 6 side in the Premier League?
Morgan Gibbs-White at Nottingham Forest. I think he's... Like, his creative abilities are amazing. He was so good for them last year. I think he's probably still going to take a little bit of time to figure it out. But, like, as you look at the England squad, and let's make it about England, ahead of the World Cup, right? If you need an extra attacking player in that side, I'm taking Morgan Gibbs-White.
Oh, for sure.
I think he's excellent, and he's one of those that, unfortunately, when we talk about best players outside the Big 6, you know they're going to be playing for a Big 6 club.
Oh, absolutely. You know my guy. You know who I got to go with? I got to go with Yankuba Minte from Brighton, man. When I saw him against Chelsea, running back and forth, pressing, getting the ball, creating attacks, scoring goals. Against Tottenham as well, he was causing them a bunch of issues. Bro, he has the potential, bro, and he's young. He's creative. He's fast. He could do a lot of things on the ball that a lot of players can't do. And I think he's destined for success in the Premier League if he makes the right move.
Do you know what's funny is that I was just like, I'm going to pick an English product who everyone's been like high on for 5 years and he's finally been all right. And Raheem's like, let me give you some actual ball knowledge.
Let me give you, there's some other shouts though, man. Even like a team like Brighton, you're looking at Mitoma, for example. Welbeck, bro. Who even thinking about right now?
We're just sitting around, it's like dudes naming
so many guys on these smaller clubs. Semenyo, you talked about, from Bournemouth, who's not on the top 6 side.
From where?
AFC Bournemouth.
Thank you.
See, when you're with an English guy, he got to correct you.
Yeah.
Also,
Elliot Anderson has been excellent. See, there you go. There's a deep cut.
There you go.
There you go.
There's the ball knowledge we've been looking for.
Adam Wharton's not bad. Like, yeah, you've got so many guys out there, and then someone in the comments who's going to be like, you missed who plays for Leeds. I don't know.
Do you think a lot of these clubs are stopped from being in the Big 6 because they just end up being providers for players for the bigger clubs?
That's exactly it. And that's the problem, isn't it, with the ecosystem of football? Here's my thing. Every club is a selling club except Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Because and maybe Man City.
Would you say like, PSG in that regard too? Would you put them
Okay, I'll give you that. So if you say Real Madrid, PSG, and maybe Man City, every club otherwise is a selling club. And like, it is absolutely vital to the survival of your quote unquote mid-table teams that they bring in good players and then move them on for a profit. Like, to be honest, that's why Villa are going to struggle now, because they haven't sold well.
Yeah, they have not sold well. Honestly, it's actually crazy to see this year Ollie Watkins can't even bag goals. They're not scoring goals. They're not performing well. They're honestly in talk, like they're looking like they might get relegated this year, man.
Dude, that would be insane. I think they're a little bit too good for that, but like honestly, man, that's a team that was playing Champions League football last year, and now they're going to be mid-table.
Man, it's going to be an incredible season of the Premier League for sure. We got the Big Six. We got some players outside the Big Six that are making a case. And there's a lot of players who are going to be doing their thing this year. But I think at the end of the day, for a team like Bournemouth, for a team like Crystal Palace, and for players like Semenyo who are on these clubs, for players like Cliver, it's all about playing the best you can, trying to win the trophies when you can, when you have the players while they last. Because at the end of the day, you already know they go into the big club when they come.
Right, and to wrap it up, Raheem, one last time, the club is called
Bournemouth.
Thank you.
AFC Bournemouth. A lot of great clubs can be considered to be in the Big Six. A big thank you to Modelo for sponsoring today's episode. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and let us know in the comment section who you think is going to be the next Big Six Premier League club.